Hola chicos, bienvenidos a otro nuevo video. Yo soy Alex, and today I want to talk to you guys about my dreams because they are very, very freaky. And the hawk swooped down and ate it because over me I saw this shadow and I looked at it and the eyes were like bright red. My third sleep paralysis was about this little boy. Felt like something was coming towards me. I want to begin with the first dream here that I had. It's a very small dream, and FYI, I filmed this video already in the past and it got damaged, so I'm refilming it again, but I'm still gonna be releasing the clips from the other video that I filmed, but it's not gonna really correlate with it. But I guess I'll use it as a practice round because the first video that I did talk about the same dreams I'm about to talk about, but I felt like I missed some detail in a main dream that I had about my bird. So I kind of take it like a practice round now. So now I'm going to be talking about my same dreams, but I'm going to talk about this nostalgic dream that I had when I was a kid. It's a very short one. Let me set the scene for you guys. Just picture yourself at night and looking out an apartment building. The lighting is very like a yellow ambient, very nostalgic. There are Christmas lights around the window in the apartment room, and I was like, I want to say 4 or 3, and in my dream I was walking towards this window and outside there was this star, like an original regular star, and it was shiny and it was just passing through my window, and I recall looking out and seeing it as it did like a loop right in front of me, and I kept going. So that dream was very vivid, and every time I remember it, it gives me nostalgia. It brings me back to my childhood, and yeah, that was it. It just passed by my window. It was very nice and neat. And then I woke up. This second dream that I had was about my bird. It was like it was a green budgie, and I recall that my budgie learned how to open its cage door, and we would leave the cage outside our apartment, and we didn't know at first that it learned how to open the door. We just saw that we didn't know that he was able to lift it all the way up. We just saw him attempting, because he would lift the cage and it would like fall back down, and we're like, oh look, it's cute, he's trying to get out. And I guess we didn't know that he was able to lift it all the way up, but we left him outside because we always hang it in front of our apartment door, and he was there with another bluebird and its wings were clipped. So when he got out of his cage, he was taken by a hawk or a falcon that was outside by a tree that used to be out there. That tree is gone now. That's a different story though. But I'm guessing that it opened the cage, it fell because it couldn't fly, and it was just on the stairs, and the hawk swooped down and ate it. And the reason I believe this happened was because when it occurred, I was in the living room watching TV, and on the left side I have my window there that has like a good visual of the tree that used to be there, and there was like this hawk nest all the time, and I was sitting on the couch and I saw the hawk just swoop down towards the direction of the top stairs, and then something clicked in me to go check on my birds, and I did. I went to go check on my bird, and the only bird that was there in the cage was the blue one. So I'm assuming that the green one got eaten or taken by this hawk. But funny enough, or not funny, I think it's kind of tragic, the hawk's tree got chopped down because during like this thunderstorm, one of the branches of the tree fell onto the apartment complex over there, and because my apartment complex building is attached to the other building through this like wood in between, I kind of felt it tremble here. It shook my TV too, like slightly, and I was like, what was that? Did someone like slam the door or drop something? But it was the tree branch that had fallen because of the wind and the rain. So yeah, I guess the apartment manager decided to chop that tree down and demolish it. There's nothing there anymore, and the hawk or falcon lost its nest. So that was probably karma for the hawk. So yeah, that was the dream of my, oh, not the dream, that was the event sense, I guess, of my bird. And because that occurred, I had this dream of him and I was looking for him in my dream. Let's establish that, which I feel like I forgot to establish in the first video that I did. But in this dream, I was dreaming that I was in my middle school. I knew it was my middle school because it was like the blacktop and the fence and everything, but the buildings were different. It was more like a steep hill lowering down towards the blacktop. On the side, there was a tunnel that led towards the blacktop too. But every building, the tunnel, picture a pirate cove city where it's like wood and brick, like very old town, but there was no brick. Everything was wood. So like the walls, the roof, the window framing, it was like a wood tavern kind of thing. And it was dark. The lighting was orange. Like there was lighting on the hallways that was, I guess, hung up. But I was looking for my bird. I was walking everywhere. It was very labyrinth, you know, like I felt like if you turned a corner, it leads you to another corner. Like it, but like,
but you see, I thought I would oh my fuck.
Somehow I found my way down towards the blacktop, and that's where I saw my bird, my green little budgie, and it was just sitting on the fence, and I was starting to approach it, but I was a little scared that it would fly away, so I was approaching it very slowly, but that didn't really work because it still flew away. But as it flew away, I saw it fly away, and I was like, oh no, he's flying away. He flew into another flock of budgies and he just left, you know? And my point was to get the bird, and I was like, what do I do now in this dream? So I decided to turn around. And look back at the whole, I guess, design of my school, and it was how I explained. Everything wood, dark orange lightings hung on the buildings, and I woke up from there. I think this dream was more like me saying goodbye to my little budgie that I had. He was very adorable. He had a character to him because he was able to open the cage. There was another budgie that I had, but I didn't really have a dream of him. This budgie was like a gray one. He was very playful, so every time I came up to it, he would like come to me and like nibble at my lip. But I went for a trip to Oregon for a week, and when I came back, he was like sickly. I don't know if it was like detachment depression, but he got sick, and after 2 days of being home, he passed away. That one was sad too. My poor little budgie. I think I've had many birds that had passed away, but I'll save that talk for another time. But right now I have 7. Thankfully, I had this bird, a girl bird that was white, and she bred with this blue bird, and they had 6 eggs. No, they had 8 eggs from the second batch, but only 6 mated. And on her first batch, she had 3 and only 1 mated, but it came out a little deformed because of the flat box, which we changed then on the second batch. We made it more like a dip, you know? So its legs wouldn't be like outwards. But yeah, that was my second dream. It was very nostalgic, again, very nice. I feel like all my dreams that are nostalgic or give me like a nice warm feeling where I don't feel scared have this lighting to them, like it's yellow. I do recall getting sleep paralysis, and I had a dream like that. But before I had sleep paralysis, I didn't even know what sleep paralysis was. The first time I got sleep paralysis was the same day that I heard about sleep paralysis, and it was a conversation between my PE teacher and a student, and my PE teacher was talking to the student who had sleep paralysis, and she was telling her events of seeing her son in sleep paralysis. She was telling him that her son had gotten sleep paralysis and his eyes were wide open, and he was looking at her, but he wasn't speaking or moving. And she said that she was looking at him back and that there was nothing she could do but let it like pass, you know? And me overhearing their conversation that same night, I got a sleep paralysis. It was a creepy feeling because my first sleep paralysis was me laying on my bed, and we had a bunk bed, right? I slept at the bottom and my brother slept at the top. In my sleep paralysis, I was sleeping on my back, and I had woken up, and at the time I woke up, I realized that I couldn't move, and I closed my eyes again, and then when I opened them again, I was like a little scared because over me I saw this shadow almost like hugging me from above, like above my head, like standing over me, but like leaning forward and like grabbing me like this. And I couldn't move, and I was like, oh my god, this is scary. This is like a scary experience. And I closed my eyes to fall asleep, but my heart was still like pumping, but I kept my eyes closed because I was like, no, I have to wake up. I feel like I'm dreaming. And I did wake up. I fell asleep. I woke up. I was able to move my body. And I was like, that was the most scariest paralysis ever. But it didn't stop there. The second day I had another sleep paralysis. And I feel like it was also occurring because during that time, I was going through a lot of stress about school, about like where my life was going, because I was about to graduate too. And I was getting these nightmares every time at night. My second sleep paralysis was me sleeping on my side. And when I woke up, or like I opened my eyes, I guess, there was like another shadow monster on the side of my bed extending its arms towards me, and I looked at it and the eyes were like bright red. But I think that my brain created the bright red eyes, I believe, from my TV, because at night my TV has a little red light at the bottom that shines, like saying it's off. I believe all TVs have that, right? And it like blinks. I feel like my eyes got that red light and gave it to the shadow monster. But it was like standing on the side of my bed on the left side, and it was looking at me but with its arms extended. But these shadow monsters that I've had my sleep paralysis about are always just like still objects. They don't move towards me. They don't move at all. There isn't any movement. It's just like they're stuck in time, I guess, like in a time warp. But my third sleep paralysis was about this little boy. So I was sleeping on my side again. No, I was sleeping on my back. I turned my head to the side. So my head, I guess, was looking towards the left and I was on my back. But I got sleep paralysis. I woke up, and on the side of my bed, I woke up because I heard thumping. Like there was like thumping on my bed, and then I opened my eyes, but I was in a sleep paralysis, so I couldn't move anything else, and I was just looking, and I saw this boy. So now this boy that I saw, I'd say he's like around 5 or 6, and the outline of this boy was like an orange. I don't know if you guys seen like ghost movies, that's how it was, but instead of their outline being blue or white, this little boy's outline was orange, and he looked more like a native kid because the only thing he had was like a towel around his waist and carrying a long stick, and with that long stick he was thumping at my bed, and I heard the sound and I felt the vibration of the thump, and I was like, what the heck, this is weird. I'm in a sleep paralysis, but I'm feeling and hearing, and I'm seeing a little boy, and the little boy would crouch down on the side of my bed because I would look and turn towards his way, you know? And when he did crouch down, the only thing I saw was like the top of his head, and then I still kept staring, and it would keep getting up but then going back down again, and then thumping with his stick at the bed. And I was like, what the heck, like this is crazy. I don't want to fall asleep. I think there's like somebody in my room. Let me attempt to move. That's what I thought to myself, and I was doing like everything to try to like move, you know? And then I was reaching my right arm towards like the boy to try and grab him, and then I did, and at the moment that I moved and did all that effort, I swatted it because my hand fell heavy on top of the kid, and the kid's whatever visual that I was seeing just vanished into like smoke. Like it just And I was like, what the heck? And at that moment, I woke up too. Like, I got control of my body, but I didn't like close my eyes to like begin moving. I was with my eyes open, and I had swatted my arm forward towards the boy, and I woke up in that moment or instant, and I was like, wow, that was crazy. And I was just looking around and seeing if there was anybody else there like thumping at my bed, and no, there wasn't. That was like a crazy, but I wasn't scared of that boy. That's what I'm saying. Like every time I have like a dream where I'm not scared or I feel nostalgic, it always has like yellow lighting, and this boy had yellow lighting because of the outline. And then let's move to my fourth sleep paralysis that I had. My fourth sleep paralysis was also my attempt of getting my brother's attention to see his expression or to describe to me how I looked while I was in sleep paralysis with my eyes open. So I was sleeping on my back. I was in sleep paralysis again. I had my eyes open. I attempted to talk to my brother because he was on the top bunk bed, and the only not word, it's more like a sound that came out of me was I was like trying to say like, wake me up. Like I was like yelling out his name, you know, because I heard him to move on top, and all my brother did was say, but he said it like laughing too. Like I don't know if he knew that I was in sleep paralysis or if I was having like a dream. But he was like, shut the fuck up and go to sleep. And I was like, what the fuck? I was just laughing, and he was laughing too. I heard him. And I kept doing it to see if he would come out, but he said it again. He was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, oh my god. And I was like, okay, never mind. Let me not attempt to get his attention anymore because he doesn't give up. So I just stayed there. I fell asleep. I closed my eyes to try to move, and then I woke up. And that same night, I went to my brother, and I was like, I was trying to get your attention to try to see like how I looked like in sleep paralysis. I wanted to know what it was, and all you said was tell me to I was like, did you hear me? And he was like, yes, I heard you. Oh, I was like, I didn't know that was what you were trying to do. I thought you were just making noise or having a bad dream. I was like, okay. But yeah, that was funny. That was a failed attempt of me trying to get his attention to look at me and see how I looked in sleep paralysis. But yeah, this other dream that I had, I want to say that it was very calming. It was the biggest, I guess, world-like dream that I ever had. I believe it was before the trend of this dream core. And I did see a video that reminded me of that dream too, just recently. I feel like 2 months ago or a month ago. And I was like, oh my god, someone did an AI of this dream core dream. And it was exactly, well, not exactly, but it had like the cloud and the mountain that I had in my dream. So in my dream, I was in this open field with mountains around me, and everything was covered in grass. The sky was dark with the stars, and there was blue and purple auras, or I don't want to say like aura, but it's almost like the space gas that you see in pictures that is like blue and purple and very shiny. That's what was above me in the sky, like dark stars and that blue and pink or purple kind of galaxy dust that was up there, or gases. And again, the mountains covered in grass, fully covered in green grass. I was at the bottom of all these mountains that were like around me, and I was in an RV. And in this little RV, I was looking around through the window and seeing, what up? There's like the leaf cutters out there. Hopefully the mic is not picking that up. It's because every Tuesday they bring and chop the trees, but I feel like, why every Tuesday? I don't feel like the trees grow that quick. They should do it every 2 weeks. But okay, I was in this RV and I was looking outside the window, and that was the scenery that I saw. And I was like, let me go out and see this. I got out of the RV, I closed the door behind me, and far above I saw this cloud on top of the green mountain in front of me, and it was just falling down towards the mountain. It was a ball of a cloud, and from afar you could see like zapping going inside, like blue lightning, but very thin, just like almost like static. So it fell down towards the mountain and it started rolling down, but the direction it was rolling down, it was coming towards me. So there was a little bit of fear, but only because I feel like this is a very common fear, but there are certain big objects, I guess nature, that scares me. Almost like if I was at the ledge of a cliff just looking, that brings me fear. Also, when I was driving towards this trail by the ocean, there's this mountain that takes you up first before it brings you back down, and it gives you like a good viewpoint of the massive ocean. And at first that caused me fear too, but now when I drive by it doesn't do that anymore. It was like my first experience seeing it that caused me that fear, and I was like, oh damn, my heart dropped. That was scary. And the person that I was going with also felt that same feeling. But anyways, so this big gas cloud started rolling down the mountain with some static, and it was rolling towards me. I felt a little bit of fear because I was like, oh my god, it has lightning, you know, and it's big. And I tried to go back into the RV, but the RV was locked, and I kept pulling there, pulling and pulling. While I was doing that, the cloud got closer and closer, and I think I finally gave up. I didn't even try running because the cloud was already on top of me. So it rolled, and I rolled right, and I was like standing right through it all as it rolled over me, you know? I went through it. It was like an original cloud made of water dot. So when it did, I felt that cool breeze, like very cool. The water dots, I felt it on my skin. I felt like my hairs lift up because of the cold. I didn't feel the static. And then it just kept going. And I was like, wow, that was like a refreshing feeling. It was very neat. And yes, then I woke up. Sometimes, every time, I think it's a thing, no? When you're dreaming, it's because you're about to wake up. So that's why your dreams don't really take that long, because you always wake up after a dream. But there are these certain times where I had a dream inside a dream inside a dream. So I woke up 3 or 2 times until I finally woke up. Because I had a dream and then I woke up and I was looking around. I was like, oh, well, that was weird. And then apparently that was a dream too. And then until I finally woke up and I was like, whoa, that was trippy. But I don't recall much of what was going on in that dream. I just know that I had a dream within a dream. So that was weird. And then now for this next dream, I felt like it was also during that time where I had my stress. But in this dream, it was more like a scary dream core type of feeling. I was in this dark hallway where I started out, and I'm pretty sure the walls were white. There was no light. The only light that there was at the end, where there was this room with a white lighting going on, and I was walking towards it. And then at the corner towards the left, you saw another dark hallway, but there was like boxes, like blocking like the walls, you know. I had to like really squeeze through if I wanted to go that way, but I didn't because it was dark and it was very scary and I didn't know what was at the other end. So I just stayed in that little corner until I woke up. But I was exploring that corner. I opened the door and the door was white too. The door was the type of door that you would be able to open from the top and open from the bottom. So the door was like cut in half, right? So I went in there and there was a shower, like a bathtub. There was a toilet. There was a sink. It was a very small bathroom. I'd say like 1.5 meters or 2 meters, and everything was white. Walls white, the tub, the toilet, the sink, and the door wasn't really attached that well. It was kind of like crooked or not leveled. It its lock wouldn't reach the hole where it would be to lock it. I started getting scared in this dream and I felt like something was coming towards me. So my reaction was to close the door, and I lifted the door up so it can lock to the thing. But even if you locked the door, after locking the door in my dream, I pulled it out, but the door wasn't locked. Like, it would lock, but it wouldn't stay latched. Like, if you just pull it or push it, it opens up very easily. And I was like, oh my god, this is scary. Like, just wake up. Like, lock the door, wake up. And I ended up waking up. And that was like the most scariest dream ever. I just stayed in that corner. I didn't even want to explore the dark ass hallway that was ahead. And I wish I never had that dream again. And I haven't had that dream. So that was good. My next dream was also a world dream. This one was nice. I think the first time I heard it spoken of, or like shown, I guess. Apparently it's a common dream too that people have, but sorry, the leaf cutter people. So again, this other dream that I told you, I hear, or I think that it's very common. The first time I saw it was in the movie, I think it was called Dream, or it was like a movie. I don't know if it was Disney or Warner Bros. Or Dream, but it was a movie of a girl going through her dream, and then in this dream there's like this whole city made of glass. But yes, this was the dream that I had, and it was before the movie even came out. And then when I saw it there, I was like, oh, so I'm not the only one that had this dream. Apparently it's very common too. I think I overheard it in a video as well. But in my dream, there was these skyscrapers that were super tall. They were made of glass. The road and the little bordered wall dividers, like the small ones, were also white. And then there was like plants and bushes, like palm trees or bushes perfectly planted around. And everything was white. The whole skyscraper was made of glass. For some reason, there was this skyscraper that had stairs, and I decided to go on these stairs and go up. And the stairs were on the outside of the glass building, so it's almost like a fire escape. That's what it gave to me. And I was walking up these stairs, and I kept going up, and I felt like the more higher I was, when I was at the highest, like in the middle of the skyscraper building, I started feeling like the ladder shake, and I was like, oh hell no, this thing is gonna fall. And I started to walk down, but when I moved, it like moved more. Like the notches that were keeping it attached to the building were becoming loose. Any move that I attempted to do was just making it worse, making it more loose. And when I took my final step down, that's when the whole ladder from the side of the glass building like broke off, and I just fell with it. And it was like the most gut-wrenching feeling, because you're like free falling but in a dream, but it still feels real, you know? You're falling. And I've had a dream where I've fallen off a cliff, because I literally walked towards a cliff and just threw myself off. But when I threw myself off, I jolted myself to sleep, and it was like at the climax where I was like, oh, I'm gonna wake up. And I did wake up. But for the skyscraper one, when I dropped myself, or when I fell, I didn't drop myself, I fell because of the stairs ripping off the building. When I did that, or when that happened, I was at the climax where I was like super scared, and I was like, oh, I'm about to wake up, I'm not gonna hit the ground. But no, I hit the ground, and I fell on the bushes, and the ladder fell with me too. But it didn't hurt because I was dreaming, but still, it was very scary, and I didn't wake up. I was like, what the heck? I usually wake up before I hit the ground. But I hit the ground. In my dream, I was so like flabbergasted. I was like, what? Like, boom, I fell right onto the bushes, and I didn't wake up. I was like, why? But anyways, then a few minutes, I woke up after looking around and seeing what happened. And then when I woke up, I was thinking to myself, what the heck? I usually wake up before I hit the ground, but at least it didn't hurt. Like, I didn't feel in that dream the pain of falling like how I did in the previous dream with the cloud going through me. But yes, those were my dreams. If you guys have any dreams of your own that are also weird, or a common dream maybe, go ahead and leave them down on the comments. I would like to read them if you'd like to leave it there, you know? If anybody out there is watching in this dark void where my video is at, if it reaches any audience, leave your dreams down below. I'd like to read them. All right, so I'm gonna start guessing the first character. Okay, so is this character a male or female? Oh wait, yeah.
Oh my god. Bruh.
Is this cartoon on Nickelodeon?
Yes.
Is this cartoon character in the series The Amazing World of Gumball?
No.
Is this
Gumball's not even from Nickelodeon.
Oh. Yeah, that's Cartoon Network. Oh yeah. You're right. Is this cartoon character in SpongeBob?
No.
Oh wait, there's a fishes, huh? You said a human, male,
Okay, go.
25 seconds. Is this cartoon character, in Loudmouth?
No.
Nickelodeon shows. And Timmy Turner?
No.
The Fairly Odd Parents?
No. Timmy Turner for did the same.
I don't know. I'm blinking. Oh. What was it?
It was Zuko. From
Oh my
The
god!
Last
The Last
Airbender.
Airbender! Why didn't I think of that? It's because it's on Netflix. Oh my god, I'm so sad. I like that show. Why is this so hard? Is he a bad guy?
No.
A good guy?
Yes.
And the cartoon character, is it animated, like anime?
Yes.
Is this character in Hell's Paradise?
No.
Is this character in The Silent Voice?
No. It's not even on Netflix anymore.
Series song? Ah! Is it an anime that I saw?
Yes.
All of it?
Yes. Trying to cheat, huh? I saw it.
I think so many. You're just a Kaisen?
Yes.
Is it Zakura?
No.
Zakuma? I don't know their name.
Who are these talking about?
Is it the guy with the pink hair?
No.
Ah. Who was that?
Damn, you're close. Actually, yeah, you got there. It was Yuta.
Oh, I was him.
No, come forward with that.
No, that's it because we're not gonna clean it all.
You just water. We just washed some water.
Okay, guy. No, because that's gonna be too much, and I'm not gonna clean it. Okay, that's it. But she's gonna throw it. But surprise me. Don't count down or something. Oh, you wanna count down? Okay, go. Smack it in my face.
Did I bring the count?
No, it's on the card. I could just call. And I don't want it to get dirty.
Wait, they did switch.
Yeah. Wait.